How's it going, guys, and welcome back. In this video we're going to be checking out the robot Easter egg in Red Dead Redemption 2. To find the robot we first need to finish a side quest called a bright bouncing boy that can be found in the east part of St. Denis anytime between 6 AM and 6 PM. However, for this side quest to appear we will need to have first finished the Joys of Civilization, which is the first mission in chapter 4. When we approach the stranger it will set off the first part of this side quest, which is simply control the remote controlled boat around the lake, destroying some targets and navigating through the waters. Once you have proven yourself to the scientific mind, it'll put an end to the first part of the side quest. And he will mention for you to go and visit him sometime at his lab, which is located up here in the northeastern part of the map, just a bit further to the west of where we can find the legendary moose. However, if we head straight up there, we'll notice all the doors are locked and he's nowhere to be found. For the second part of this side quest to become active, we need to meet a specific set of requirements. At least 24 hours have to have passed since we did the first part of the side quest, and it has to be a rainy, stormy night. Once all those requirements have met, we still won't be able to enter through the front door. We need to go behind the building and enter through the back, and this will activate the second part of this side quest. Basically, we need to use these conductors to simply find where the lightning has fallen and pin them in the ground. This is very simple. All we need to do is simply head towards where it seems to be flashing fastest. Once we have planted all three of the conductors into the ground, we can return back to the lab for another cutscene. After the experiment fails, he will ask us to climb up the tower and activate the switches. Now, I'm not sure if the switches always start in the same order on every playthrough, but for me personally, all I had to do is press the left switch, then the center one, then the right one, until they was all facing downwards. If not, it's very simple. Simply mess with the switches until you get the same result. After this, we'll enjoy a cutscene where the robot actually comes to life, and that will be the end of the side quest. But this is not the end of the Easter egg itself. For this next part, many sources claim that you just have to wait 48 hours and return back to the lab. For me, I waited over 48 hours and still nothing happened. For me personally, I had to exit out and reload my save for the final part of this Easter egg to activate. And when we do return back to the lab and head inside, we'll notice the professor has been killed. And on his corpse, we'll be able to find a lantern. And this lantern is going to work in a similar way that the conductors did on the second part of the side quest, except it's going to lead us to the robot itself. So the way it works, if you go into first person view to see it better, if you're heading in the right direction towards the robot's location, the lantern will start to glow red. Now obviously, to save some time, I will show you the exact location of where the robot can be found. He can be found right at the top of the northwestern part of the map, over here in the snowy mountains. When we start to get close, we'll see some footsteps in the snow, which we can simply follow all the way to the top of the hill. Once here, the robot doesn't really do much. He simply repeats the same words over and over again. And I don't think there's anything else we can do with him. I believe this is the end of the side quest. You can shoot him and blow him up, but nothing really happens. So that puts an end to the Easter egg of the professor killed by his very own creation. As is the case with many of the Easter eggs in this game, usually end in tragedy. So I hope you did find this video helpful, guys. If you did, don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content coming very soon, and we'll see you next time.